Tuning in for some movie reviews. Film flickers and movie reviews. Let's hear those movie reviews. Film flickers and movie reviews. And action.
Hello Flickers, and today we are taking a look at the 2006 horror film Sweet Insanity. A case that promises everything you get.
The case is the best bit. I mean, it's such good graphics on the front. It's great. It's yeah. Also, it kind of gives away the whole premise of the film. I've just realised.
It sort of does, yeah. It does. You'll understand that if you ever watch it, and I'm not telling you to. I don't think you'll ever even know.
No. We watched it, so you don't have to.
The premise is kind of borrowed from lots of films and pushed together to make one film. It's not especially coherent.
Yeah.
The acting is just appalling across the board as well. This is an equal opportunities bad casting.
Oh man, it's so dreadful. And you can kind of tell from the first shot as well. Just the car ride and the camera work that's used in it is just atrocious. At one point, I was turning around and going, he's leaning out of the car, and that's brave. This must be the last shot that they ever did, because to hold the camera out on the hope that, yeah, I'll be able to hold it, no one's going to hit me and it's going to, you know, whack onto the ground as we drive by on a main street. Oh man, that was just nuts.
Well, I mean, for the very first shot, which is the DVD menu, just, I mean, you watch that. You just need to watch that, and you will see the quality of the acting for the rest of it. Oh,
act shocked, John.
Yeah.
Wow, that was horrendous. Lots of looks to the camera.
Oh, tons. I mean, you can actually see. I'm gonna be fair to these guys. A lot of them, they're plainly not actors, and they never intended to be, so they never went on to do anything else after this either.
Yeah.
But
friends helping out.
Friends helping out, yeah. But you can kind of see a lot of them struggling not to look at the camera, and you can actually see it in their faces. So when they actually do turn and look, it's no surprise, because you know it's building up. I don't. There's almost.
There was a lot of time fillers as well.
Oh, a lot of time.
Like the slow motion, which obviously wasn't a slow motion scene, but later turned around and said, "No, I think we should make that into a slow motion scene, because we've still got another 5 minutes to film."
Yeah. Yeah, no, there is. I can think of nothing in this film that would allow me to recommend it to anyone. I mean, the cinematography isn't terrible, but they plainly only owned one camera.
Yeah. I suppose if you want to recommend it, it's something like, if you've just come from a film school, you have no budget, this is how you ask your friends to be in something, which is fairly, I mean, there's hardly any real special effects, well, you know, practical effects in there at all. And the stuff that is mostly just blood, which you can just make up on the cheap anyway. So, yeah, those kind of things. I guess there's no real suspense. I can't really think of anything at all that's kind of got a bite to it.
No, it's it's the problem.
There is a twist.
There is a twist, but it's. I mean, you called it from.
I did quite early on. From the first time you. Yeah, first time you met her. Yeah, it was kind of a bit weird, but yeah. Yeah, that was a bit weird. I mean, it's tough. I mean, it's really tough to try and find something that we can say.
We always like to find something positive in these things, even when we don't like the movie. But it's a tough one, because we can't say about the idea, because the idea really is lots of other films. It is.
It's a lot of tropes in there and stuff. I suppose the only good thing we can say is if you were to watch this, is how not to do something.
Even that.
That's a.
Yeah, I mean, that's a bit daring. Even that. The problem is, it's not. It's in that area where it's not good enough to recommend, but it's also, there are many worse films than this.
I think it's a try hard. I think they've got an idea. They're trying to make something out of it, but it's just not it just doesn't quite hit it when you
No.
think it's going to. I think. Oh no, we did get surprised by one trope that was.
Yeah, they did the whole. Oh, we'll talk about it. It's fine.
Yeah.
They did the whole thing where
You're not
someone,
gonna watch it,
where
might
someone where someone opens a fridge door and they're getting stuff, and we all know what happens in a horror film when someone's blocking the camera with a fridge door. When they close it, something's going behind it, and the music was building up to a crescendo. So it was like, here we go, and then they didn't, which is good. I mean, surprising people when they know that that's a trope, when they plainly knew it was a trope, and they purposely avoided it. That was good. I mean, that's definitely a good thing for filmmakers to learn.
Yeah, I think so. And it's very. I suppose that there are a few tiny little bits in it, but I think what ruins it is just the acting, just really, and the directing.
It's on the
And
cuts.
the
I mean,
writing.
the editing is terrible. I mean,
Is there anything left?
there's a lot of scenes which have got some very strange editing where plainly they obviously couldn't find a decent cut, and so they just did a very hard cut on it, and that spoiled a
Loud
lot of
music.
things with loud music. Yeah, and there's a few scenes where obviously dialogue went wrong, and so they just overlaid very loud music and then faded into the next scene.
Yeah.
And I really do mean faded into the next scene as well.
I think there's a lot of there must have been a lot of local bands that were asked to put their music. in,
There's
because
definitely
there's nothing that we
There's definitely a
recognise.
feel of local bands about it, which is good. That's a very positive thing for
Yeah.
a filmmaker to do.
It's definitely an independent film,
Yeah.
and it's independently sourced through obviously their own money, but also through local people. I'm guessing it's everyone who lives in their area, so they've got them to do it, which is good. You know, I like that.
It
It
is.
means it's supporting local talent.
Yeah, it's I mean, in terms of the film itself, there's nothing to recommend it solely because there's no imagination in it. There really isn't. It's the ways they kill people are imaginative enough,
Well,
but they're
the
nothing
twist.
better than you see in Saw.
The twist,
But
I
twist,
give you
I mean, the
that a little
twist,
bit.
yes, but the structure of the film, the way the film's put together, it really is kind of a lot of the stuff borrowed from a lot of other horror films.
Yeah.
Which is a problem. If the film had poor acting and everything else was poor, but it was an imaginative way of doing the film,
And good graphics
or
something.
yeah, then you can recommend it. But because it is just a borrowed mishmash of tropes, you can't. There's not much to recommend it. But if you can find it really, really cheap, you could definitely, and I mean really cheap. I mean less than £1.
Car boot.
Car boot. We're talking car boot.
Don't search for it though.
Don't search for it.
Don't deliberately go to a car boot, just find it. This is, I think, it's one of these sort of things. We were hoping to give it as a giveaway, but now we've watched it, we're not going to subject anyone to that at all.
Maybe we will. If we let people know in advance that it's bad, then it could be a whole thing.
So get like a fruit basket with rotten fruit and fresh fruit.
As long as we tell you in advance, it's fine. It's got a sticker on saying best before. Alright, thanks for watching, Flickers.
Bye, Flickers.